Very good morning. You are more than welcome to another episode. This is episode 78 of the Coffee at 11 show, brought to you by wigwam.ie SME Peer Support. Delighted to have you here, and in particular I'm delighted to have my special guest who's zooming in from the north of Ireland, and it's Noelle McAlinden. Noelle, please say hello and show us your coffee mug. Thank you.
Good morning, Colin. Cheers. This is my coffee cup. It made in McAlinden by McNulty. So a piece of authentic craft to start the day. So feel very privileged, Colin, for the opportunity. So thank you very, very much. At the moment, I'm dedicated to an all-island focus with Angeline, a driver from Ballybofey, and a number of friends across the island of Ireland and agencies to try and reduce the numbers of suicide, celebrate life in the widest context possible, and that creativity is contagious and so is compassion. And I suppose my challenge is to encourage every friend, anybody that I know with a heart or a pulse or a heartbeat, to take on the challenge of doing the assist course or the safe talk course, because together we can save lives. And it could be a family member, it could be your lover, your husband, your wife, your partner, your child, your best friend. We just don't know.
Noelle McAlinden. That was just gorgeous. And thank you for that. And by the way, in your words there in that last segment, you will have scratched an itch in several people. I'm quite sure here in the cafe that will take steps towards what you've suggested. So congratulations. The word is spreading and the good work is spreading. You touched on the fact that because of your mother's diagnosis, you had time you had a focus, you had a timeline, you could say your goodbyes, etc. And we're sorry for your loss in terms of your mother, and that she appears to have succumbed to a cancer. You mentioned earlier you lost your dad. You lost your sister through suicide 21 years ago, and you lost another sister to suicide recently. Would you mind, please?
Yeah. Late February 2016, I was diagnosed with cervical cancer. So I had my surgery, and then 8 weeks later, my best friend Dolores was driving me up to McAlinden. We got the phone call that Anita died, and our sister Anita had been admitted to McAlinden Hospital, and she had taken her own life in the hospital the next day. So that was really tough, and it highlighted to me the importance of within the context of the health service. The resources aren't always there. Our sister was allegedly to be supervised, allegedly to be, 24/7 observation. My brother-in-law and my sisters and her family were with her, late that evening before, and it was just tragic. It's just tragic that we thought she was safe. So that has given us the fire in our bellies as family to continue, and that every life is precious. And we had then 2 years later a really detailed, obviously post-mortem, not post-mortem, but inquest. And I can understand why those have to be delayed, because they're really, really heart-wrenching things to go through. And for my family, it was like being re-traumatized. And I had been on a retreat with Tony. I'm trying to think of the name. Tony Humphreys, and it was a brilliant way of grounding me for what was yet to come. So I was able to support my family as the eldest in the family, and the mother hen, that would be my nickname. And our sister Geraldine, who is a solicitor and an actress and filmmaker, she guided us through, professionally, through the jargon, through all of the horrendous landscape that really rocks you, and she stood her ground. She was amazing and challenging the health trust, and we collectively as a family have, we hope, put in another request to help change the system. And one of the things the coroner said, that if Anita can, as a professional, as a loving wife, clearly loved by her family, in the health system and in the hospital, can die like this, what hope do the rest of us have?
Noelle. I was watching the faces in the cafe, and I felt for you. As you got emotional, but I felt the right thing to do was to let you work through it. So I hope that was the right call. But thank you for sharing and thank you for going there. And, you know, our condolences to you and your family. The mother hen, love that description. Condolences to you and your family. And may, you know, Roisin and Anita and your mum and dad, may they rest in peace. And, you know, tragic and all as it is, you and your family are continuing to take the lessons or to perhaps find the lessons within to make sure that it happens less and less and less into the future. So you've got our full support and our admiration and our condolences all in one. You know, we've got this lovely cohort of regulars that pop in every single day. I won't even start mentioning names because I'll miss somebody, so I won't. We've got this lovely cohort. We know once we throw up the shutters every day, a certain group will arrive in, and it's wonderful. The difference each day is the extra people that come along because of our guest. And delighted to let you know, Noelle, that there's a huge amount of love out there for you, because the cafe has filled up beautifully this morning with people that we haven't met before. You're all very welcome. Lovely to have you here, but they've come for you and for your story, and we are so glad that you came in to tell your story today. So thank you, Noelle. Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Listen, we're going to go to Q&A from the floor, if that's okay with you, or comment from the floor. I'm quite sure there'll be some rich comment coming through. Before we do, Noelle, do you mind me asking, what is Noelle McAlinden taking with her post-COVID? What have you learned in COVID that you're not letting go of, please?
I suppose self-compassion and compassion for others, and that we can paint our own canvas and the colours we choose are up to us. But when you muddy the water, you need clear water to clear space. And actually, this has been like a retreat for me in a way, and I'm not sure if I want to come out of it completely. There's an element of self-isolation which artists thrive in. But I think that the power of connection, and for me as a family, it's very important, the connection, like for us, we've been sharing, Zoom calls and even prayed together by Zoom, particularly on our sisters' anniversaries. We laugh a lot, and we have great, great connection, and I think family in the widest sense.